welcome back to Sure It'll Be Grand. Your podcasts for two Irish Egypts giving you their two Irish Egypt opinions. My name's Daniel. This is Owen. Say hello, Owen.
Hello.
What's wrong?
You can tell it's been a while since you've done an intro to the podcast. Your brain was like, take it slow. The words that come back to you will remember like mid-sentence. Two Irish Egypts who podcasts. Yes.
Yes. It's like snowboarding down the mountain I've never done. You find your way somewhere down there, don't you? That's how that works, right?
Yeah. By the laws of physics, you will eventually reach the end of the mountain. I mean, you might not be in one piece when you get there, but you will be at the bottom somehow.
Yeah. We've been gone for a little bit. Season 1 finished.
Yeah.
So we took a little time off.
Mm-hmm.
Did a little bit of work, bit of background stuff. We even have a schedule now, folks. It's very scary. Owen even has a notepad out with pen and
right
everything.
Back to basics. I wrote my notes by hand for this episode because it's actually easier. Helps me remember them more.
You don't hear yourself typing.
I don't type mid-show. I do my notes beforehand, sir. I don't type information on the movie while we're talking about the movie. Thank you. Who am I? Damien Duff. Who am I? Damien Duff, commentating on the European Championships. Hey, we're up to date.
Yeah. What have you been up to for the last few weeks, Owen?
Honestly, this is gonna maybe it sound bad, but I fucking really needed the break. I think, to be honest, not just from we both had kind of a lot of stuff going on, so it kind of timed out well. But I actually found that without noticing it, like there's a big difference in watching a movie for the purposes of us discussing it in this podcast format than just watching a movie for the crack. And I think I needed like the month to just like get back into just watching movies for like as a pastime again.
So what was your opinion about Fast and Furious?
Fast F9 was one of the movies we watched. Cinema is back, baby.
We watched it in person.
Yep.
We watched it together.
Yeah. First time in like probably 2 years me and Dan have watched a movie together in person and in a cinema.
A cinema,
baby.
Yeah,
it was great.
It was nice.
I've been cinemas reopened.
Dumb movie, but it was nice.
The movie is incredible. Thank you very much.
Yeah, no, I didn't say it wasn't incredible. I said dumb.
Incredibly dumb.
Yes, that would be a good estimation of said movie, yes.
Yeah, it was fine. I don't know, I watched a bunch of other things also. I went to see In the Heights too. That was my first movie back in cinemas.
You weren't impressed, were you?
I liked some things about it. I'm not a Lin-Manuel fan. I don't appreciate his entire shtick. I just don't get it. It's just not for me. And this is very Lin-Manuel. Now, having said that, I think the lead guy in it, who's unfortunately I can't remember his name, he's really good. I think he's most of the actors are, to be fair. The guy who's in it, you can see this is not the movie I prepared myself to talk about because I don't know any of the cast's names. But the guy, he was in Straight Outta Compton a couple of years ago. He played Dr. Dre in Straight Outta Compton. He's in the Heights as well. He's fucking incredible. He's a really good singer. So there's certain things that are good about it. I just thought it was too much Lin-Manuel. It's way too long, and it just like there was at least 7. It was like the Return of the King ending where there was just 7 moments. Not that the movie said it was going to end. There was just 7 times where I was like, they should end now. This should be it. Yeah. They can just cut this out. Just leave this bit out. So yeah.
Having listened to the original Broadway soundtrack, there's like 4 or 5 different stories going on at a time.
There's at least 6, and at least 4 of them are completely unnecessary. Honestly, they could have just stuck to like the main 2. Will they? Won't they? Washington Heights romance thing.
Washington Heights.
Yeah. But it was alright. Wasn't. I liked it more than I expected to, considering the only reason I went was because the cinema was back open and I wanted to go to the cinema. So
Yeah.
you know,
I understand that.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I watched Black Widow.
Yeah. And your review was very much. It was okay.
Yeah, it was okay. It was it's a lot.
Wasn't
It's a
atrocious.
lot funnier than I expected it to be.
I expected it to be funny, to be
Like
honest, from the trailers.
purposefully, but it's actually funny. It's not
Yeah,
like
no. Like Red Guardian, where his name is, I definitely thought,
yeah,
oh, that's going to be
he's
funny.
David Harbour and in particular Florence Pugh, who plays like Natasha's fake sister or whatever the fuck. They're great in it. They're really
Yeah.
funny. The two of them are really, really good in it. Rachel Weisz is kind of there, but she's Rachel Weisz, so we'll give her a pass. And my main takeaway from it is that it's incredible to me that it took Marvel 10 years to make a Natasha Romanoff standalone movie, and then they made one, and she's the least interesting thing in the whole movie.
Pressing.
Yeah, and it also a lot of the time feels like she has nothing to do, and it's the David Harbour and Florence Pugh show. So I don't know. It's good though. It's not. Yeah, it's better than I thought it was going to be. So
Yeah, fair enough. Have you been out and about? Have you been doing anything fun? I hear there was a certain island you may have visited.
I went to Inishmore, and I'm barred forever.
And now explain this to people who might not know Ireland too well.
Oh, I'm not barred. Barred is when you are no longer allowed to enter a place anymore.
Yeah.
No, I went to Inishmore, which is the largest of the Aran Islands, which are kind of off the coast of Clare in the west. And it was incredible. It was really, really good.
Meaning big.
Yeah. We got
Yeah.
1 day of like really, really nice weather, and I got very badly sunburned on the backs of my legs and stuff. So it was great. There's
You were cycling, weren't you?
Yeah, I cycled a bike for the first time since I was about 15.
That must have been horrible.
It was, especially since the island is quite up and down.
Yeah.
And the bike that I rented they're 7-gear bikes, and mine wouldn't go below third. So after like two hills, I gave up and I just walked my bike up all the hills. So there was like at least 15 times where everybody else was like miles ahead of me, and they would stop and wait for me to walk up the hill. It was horrible. It was horrible. I kept being like, lads, you don't have to wait for me. Like, it's a straight road. We know where we're going. Just I'll meet you there.
How long did it take you to go around?
We didn't do the whole island, but the cycle we did, I don't know, a couple of hours.
Huh.
It's pretty big. It's a lot bigger than I expected to. It must be easily like from like one end straight to the other must be like 20 kilometers or something.
So it's roughly around the size of Dublin or something, is it?
Like at
Dublin
its
city centre, like
lengthiness, like north to south is not that. It's because it's like long and thin.
So you're saying that Dublin's more girthy?
I mean, yeah. Dublin is more turd like.
Yeah. Okay, fair enough.
I heard you were at a wedding.
I was at a wedding. A dear friend from college and her wonderful now husband invited me down to Killarney for yesterday, I suppose is the best way to say it, because that's factual.
They invited you down for yesterday.
They invited me down for yesterday. It was a very temporal inconvenience.
You went to see. We did. You went to see that Beatles movie. That's why they brought you down.
Yeah, I actually did watch a couple. Actually, I watched it maybe 2 weeks ago. Very middling. I was looking forward to it. Very middling.
Yeah,
it wasn't terrible. It was just like all right.
Overall,
and I like the Beatles.
Yeah, overall, I would say the same. I had an issue from the get-go with the premise of the movie.
Yeah, you don't like the Beatles.
But also then there's I intensely hated the Ed Sheeran moment.
Yeah,
it made me so. Yeah. I was like, this. No, I'm not even. I don't really like the Beatles, but I can't. We're not holding him up as the modern day equivalent. I'm not doing this
of the Beatles. Like you might not enjoy the music, but you understand their importance.
Yeah, like I get it. Like they were just
the same. It's like
without the Beatles, we couldn't have had the Backstreet Boys. All right, I get it. But like fucking Ed Sheeran, come on.
Yeah, that's it. That's where to draw the line, eh?
Yeah. I draw the line 6 miles before we reach Ed Sheeran. That's where I draw my line.
I mean, it was like when he showed up in Game of Thrones.
Ugh. At least he doesn't. Oh no, he does. He sings in that too, doesn't he?
He does, yeah. Christ. He does a little thing. I really don't get it.
And now he's back.
Yeah.
And his new music video dressed as a the Joker as a vampire. Like 5 years too late. It's really weird. Anyway, movie
Okay.
of the week.
Oh, should we talk about the movie? Wow,
Yeah,
what
sure.
a weird thing to do. Okay, been requested for a while. Not by many people, more like one person repeatedly, again and again. By my brother. 1990s, which was I was born in, Jesus. Total Recall.
Oh, you shit. I was gonna pretend we did the Colin Farrell remake for a while just to throw him off. But no, yeah, we did 1990 Arnie. Total Recall.
Yeah. Well, let's do a Total Recall of Total Recall. I stole that. Sorry, I have to admit I stole that.
From me also.
Yeah, Owen stole it.
Thing.
It's actually quite beautiful. I had to. Yeah. But yeah,
I should have kept it for myself.
Yeah, so look, we'll go into it a little bit. Director Paul Verhoeven, I think it's pronounced Verhoeven. Yeah. He has produced some classics. RoboCop, Basic Instinct, which actually, funny enough, the wife in this of Arnie, she was hired from this to be in Basic Instinct.
Sharon Stone.
Showgirls. Starship Troopers, which
the best
phenomenal
movie of all time.
See, you're going on the meme, but it's actually a really good movie. Like what it's trying to do.
No, I'm not. I'm being.
You are a little memeing. You are a little
I'm
memeing.
being facetious, but it is a really good movie, and I love Starship Troopers.
Yeah, no, it's fantastic. You loved it before you realized what it was actually about.
I loved it when I was a kid, and it was just like boobs and explosions and war and aliens. That's all it was to me when I was a kid. And then I grew up, and I was like, well, actually, there's something going on here.
yeah. It's almost like he was trying to tell us something.
Yeah.
And Hollow Man, as well as many other movies, but those are the ones that kind of stick out to me anyway. Writers Philip K. Dick, Ronald Shusett, and Don O'Bannon, which I've never heard that second name before. We have obviously Arnold Schwarzenegger.
I just to stress, when you say written by Philip K. Dick, it's based on a book by Philip K. Dick. He didn't write the movie.
It's a short story. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And this movie was it has Arnold Schwarzenegger in it as Quaid, Sharon Stone as Laurie, Michael Arnstein as Victor, Rachel Chakotay as Melina, as well as many other actors and actresses.
Michael Ironside.
Yeah. Oh, he's just fantastic in everything.
Yeah, he's just great. He's a great villain in everything. And also, not to be left out, the guy who we realized who he was like 3/4 of the way through the movie, Dean Norris, who has a smallish role in this, is Hank, I think is his name, from Breaking Bad. He's like the DEA agent who's like trying to catch Walter White. I think his name is Hank.
Tony. Isn't it? No.
What?
Sorry, that's actually from Total Recall. That's his name in Total Recall.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure it's Hank in Breaking Bad. I don't know. I've never seen Breaking Bad. It's a pile of shit. Season 2.
I never watched a pile of shit.
I've seen the first most of the first 2 seasons.
Okay, well that's a fair opinion then.
I've watched season 1 twice.
Okay,
and everybody says, "Oh, you just wait till after season 3, it gets really good." And my response was then and will always be, "I'm not sitting through 3 to 4 seasons of shite to get one good 6-episode run of a TV show. It's not happening."
Yeah, that's actually always a big thing that comes with people trying to suggest TV shows, and it's the shame is like. Sometimes it actually takes a season or 2 for them to like adjust it and make it work for most people. That's actually just a thing production wise, but you can't expect people to watch like 30 plus episodes to get into a show.
It's fine. I can get like a season or so, all right, and especially if it's a shorter season. Parks and Rec, for instance, its first season is awful, but it's only like 10 episodes or something max, and then from there on it's a home run. But like. If it's like 3 or 4 full seasons before it gets good, and
like
there's only
26 episodes,
and there's only 6 seasons total, I'm like, nah,
no
thanks, can't be arsed.
No, I get that. One day I'll get you to watch 28 seasons of Doctor Who.
28 of them?
Well, the classic series had 28
And after
seasons.
that's when it got good. After 28 seasons.
I am not partaking in this.
Oh no, it still hasn't gotten good. Is that what you're saying?
No, it hasn't. It's still terrible, yes.
Yeah, sure.
No, look, we can either say it's equally good or equally terrible. I will not compromise on that.
Yeah.
But yeah, should we get into it?
Yeah, sure.
Yes.
What the hell?
We are rusty.
What the hell is going on here?
I mean, what the hell is going on?
Right. So I think it's actually, I checked the year, it was something like 2060. So it is actually in the future. It's not like one of those 80s movies or 90s movies. He said it in the far off year of 2010. It's just like, oh. And you're just there in the very much not far off future of 2010 going,
yeah.
Okay.
We haven't yet had the Blade Runner moment for this movie. Where we like reached the year that it's set or whatever.
We did Blade Runner, but yeah, we haven't said that. Yeah, so I think it was like 2060.
I think so because there was a short-lived TV series sequel that they did that was titled Total Recall 2070.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah, okay.
It got a 2-hour pilot that was released on VHS, and that was it, I think.
Nice.
And apparently it was more like Blade Runner than Total Recall. So, shit either way. Pew 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 pew.
Like, I'd say we have like some genuinely nice people who just enjoy these movies and they like our podcast, and then this shit happens.
Listen, I am an entertainer, all right?
Yes.
You don't have to love me or hate me, but you will feel strongly about it.
You'll have emotions. But yeah, look, our main man here, Quaid, played by Arnold Schwarzenegger. He just has an average job. I'm not even sure what job he had. Was it any?
I want to say construction.
Yeah, I remember that guy gave out to him at construction, didn't he? Yeah.
I feel like he was a construction worker. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, and he always had this wish to go to Mars. Like, it's always been his want and need to go and see Mars. Like, it's almost like a childhood dream. Yeah, and he finally finds out about this company that lets you mentally go on holiday wherever you want to go. So at this stage, it seems that humanity is throughout the solar system. We're doing everything everywhere, right? And he wants to go to Mars. And so basically what it was is they stick his head into this machine and make it feel like he remembers 2 weeks of holiday.
Yeah, and they have like different packages, and he picks like this really expensive one. That's the memories that they're gonna give him are as if he was like on a super secret spy mission on Mars, and that's like that's his holiday or whatever. But
also that he was like a cold agent that was actually part of the program originally, I think, as well. Like he was a sleeper agent that was like awoken for it.
Is that not just? Isn't that what just happened?
No, I think
I don't know, man.
It's been 2 weeks since we watched it.
My synopsis for what I wrote down in my notes for this movie?
Go on.
Yeah, it's about some crap on Mars. There's memory shit, and there's 3-boobed lady.
Yeah,
that's my plot synopsis of Total Recall that I wrote down.
And here's the thing,
right?
Ago. You were looking very much forward to the 3-boob lady. I remember.
I was, yeah.
You weren't super knocked back by it, were you?
No, I had a pretty flaccid reaction.
Flaccid is a good way to say it.
No, it wasn't all that, but it's still the most memorable thing in the movie.
Now the thing is, I think I do remember it was actually meant to be that he was a sleeper agent, and even his girlfriend's just like, "What's your?" He wants to get married to this girl, and she's like, "What's your obsession about Mars? Why do you want to move to Mars?" and all this kind of stuff. Anyway, he goes to this office and he pays for the full package. There's this nurse doctor woman with a sedation gun that she uses far too many times, and doesn't seem to change the needles on.
Oh yeah, she's horrible needle etiquette.
Yeah, it's like genuinely, it's not good. Like,
You wouldn't catch addicts out there doing that, like.
yeah, okay, weird place to bring it, but yeah, fair enough. But yeah, he gets in there, and from our point of view, something goes wrong, right? And Arnie starts going insane, trying to break out of his restraints. She pumps him full of like 3 or 4 more doses or something like that. And like the guy who runs the place comes in and is just like, what the hell's going on? Look, you just put him out the street, scrub everything, whatever. And Arnie escapes and he's on the run. When he starts remembering things from before, little slight things, and his buddy from work basically attacked, and he heads home trying to hide from everyone. And it turns out his girlfriend is a secret agent meant to keep an eye on him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And he goes to Mars and they get involved in some shenanigans, and the planet ends up being terraformed. I'm speeding through the rest of it.
Okay.
We were falling back into old habits.
Yeah, no, but we need to give some of the base, like, like, for example, how his old self was giving him information from a previous recording, and, weird old ancient alien technology. But anyway, yeah, I suppose we'll shoot ahead. So this is a movie, like, I was asking you, like, would you do this?
Would I have memories implanted in myself?
Yes.
No, absolutely not. Not a chance.
Would you have simulations directly to your brain be allowed?
No.
We talked about this before. You would.
No, I don't want anybody.
Video games.
I don't want anybody to fuck with my brain.
But what about video games? Let's say you could experience.
If you can put me in there physically, my physical body to a physical realm, to transport me physically there.
That's not video games anymore. That's magic.
I'm saying physically a lot. All right. No, I don't want people fucking with me. I can't trust my memories as they are. I don't want people putting new ones in there.
Even though it's like, okay, we're going to send you to college to study something you'd love to do. And boom, you have 4 years of a degree downloaded into your brain.
This is... No. See, this is where this is going to devolve into some sort of ethical, moral, philosophical thing, all right? Is lived experience more purposeful and beneficial than an artificial... Here's 5 years of college study.
First thing I say to you, I say it'll be just as useful to you. Purposeful, different meaning altogether. I wouldn't say it has any purpose to it, like on a personal growth,
Yeah,
it just basically installs memories in it.
Awkward, book learned. You hear about these people that have that. Oh, they know all the facts, but they don't have any street skills. Got none of the social stuff.
Yeah, I know those people. They went to college.
Or would you get the street knowledge because technically you have memories? And do the memories of this college experience include the entire college experience, including getting blackout drunk at a rager and vomiting on a couch and stuff?
I mean, I suppose that
was my college experience.
If you want to add that to the package.
I don't know. I'm a no. It's a no. It's a no for me.
Dog. Are you going for that? No.
I was, but I'd be honest, I couldn't remember the rest.
You couldn't remember dog?
No, I couldn't remember how we finished it. My brain, midway through saying it, my brain started going, what was that fella's name? I couldn't remember. What was his name? Simon Cowell. Yep. Got it.
Yeah, I love when Simon Cowell went, oh man, it's a no for me, dog. Oh, yeah, all the time. Yeah. But yeah, okay. So you wouldn't do it?
No, I wouldn't.
Even if it was cheaper, it would help you skill-wise.
No. You saw what happened to Arnold.
We don't know if anything happened. That's the whole question of the movie. It may have actually been a malfunction. He may have actually been a secret agent.
Listen. All right. I'm not. No. Just no. All right. Total Recall. All right. I've seen it now. This movie is not that kind of movie.
It is though.
No, it is not. It is. There's
It
no
is.
fucking shot. This is not a Blade Runner. Is he a fucking replicant?
It is
type thing.
It
Or-
absolutely is.
No,
it absolutely
it's not.
Is.
It's Arnold Schwarzenegger and Sharon Stone being way too sexual, and then it's three boob lady, and then there's some guns and Arnie saying things and pronouncing them weirdly. That's what this movie is.
So
it's
is it
not?
no?
It's not trying to say,
it's- but
"Ooh, can you trust
the,
who you are?"
the problem is we had scenes throughout the movie where it's just like, no, this is in your heads. Something is going on.
We had one scene,
Yeah.
and that was proven to be incorrect.
Again, not
At
well,
the
not
end
really.
of the scene, he kills the guy,
No.
and it's done.
Yeah, he kills the guy. That doesn't mean he's proven anything. It just means
Well, the
that
guy's
mirage
dead.
of that guy's gone.
Nah, it's not. This movie's not that smart.
It absolutely is. That's the whole point of this bloody movie.
Nah, the point of this movie was spectacle.
Just because it's not the most deepest one and full of action doesn't mean it's not asking that question.
It is. Wait. Hang on, I've turned myself around. I don't know, man. I don't think so. I didn't think you're giving the movie too much credit.
I'm not giving the movie credit. It's literally asking you that question. That's literally his point. So what is it? Is it fake or is it real?
Which part?
Everything
real.
after he goes into the
It's
machine.
real. He was an actual secret agent. All the other stuff happens.
So-
That's the plot of the movie.
So he made that choice, even though he had no memories of it, to go into the machine. For example, actually the spy sort of going to Mars mission. He just
Yeah,
made
because
that
that
choice.
was a subconscious decision.
I think you just skipped over a
He
big
was
chunk of this
subconsciously
movie.
drawn to the spy thing because something inside of him remembered that that's what he used to be.
No, I don't think so.
I don't know, man.
I think it's actually asking you this, like,
Three boob lady had three boobs.
yes.
Hmm.
Oh, that's actually another thing to mention. A lot of, like, Star Trek people in this. For example, Three Boob Lady.
Did she have three boobs in Star Trek?
No, she didn't. Believe it
well.
or not, it was cosmetic. It's not real.
Well, even if it was real, it would be cosmetic.
What?
She
No,
didn't have
it-
three boobs in Star Trek. Is that what you're saying?
Yes. That's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
another fucking black mark against Star Trek.
Okay. You are rusty. You were saying Arnie did some business deals behind this to make this movie.
Yeah, he basically got it made, like, more or less.
So what? He owned the script and he went to different studios with this, or
He didn't own the script. He got a production company to buy the rights to it, and then like negotiated himself in as sort of like executive producer, and he was getting like 15% of the profits, and he had like veto powers on director and producer and all the rest of it, like everything basically from the cast onwards. He kind of like picked everybody. He was like, "Hey, that guy I made RoboCop with," or no, wait, what? RoboCop? Yes. No.
and then he gave himself a big, massive raise as well. Like he paid himself fairly well in this.
His salary was like $11 million plus 15% of the profits.
Yeah, that kind of
That's-
shows you Arnie's whole businessman mindset he had. Like
Yeah.
he's not just an actor, like at all. He's very much more a businessman, where acting was one way to get a lot of this money from in the first place.
Yeah, he's a smart guy who plays dumb people.
He doesn't really play dumb people, does he?
I mean, it's probably, yeah, maybe that's not a fair... I wouldn't say his characters are known for being, like, intellectual or anything. But it's probably because he's, like, script-wise, he was never given very much to do. You know, it was
Yeah.
just... Arnold scream something.
I suppose, like, which definitely was in this movie. There was a lot, especially when he was getting his, like, the thing removed from his nose, the tracker.
Yeah, he goes a lot. He goes very, very deep.
Yeah,
Very deep classic Arnie.
he arguably, this arguably was when the like Arnieisms kind of came around. You know, usually when you have like voice of like going, "I'm Arnold." That's, I think this is actually the movie which probably stamped that into eternity for him.
Yeah, because this was this pre. No, because Predator was before this, wasn't it? What was it?
Yeah,
fuck.
but he
I'm
but
just
he didn't.
I'm just trying to think.
Yeah,
This was yeah, you're probably right. This is probably it.
yeah, yeah. So shall we go on to the next section?
The Jesus moment. Oh, thank God I pressed the right button.
Yeah, that's always a plus. So there are a few Jesus moments in this movie, like weird aesthetics, weird lines, weird plot twists. What's one of yours?
Three boob lady. No, it's not three boob lady. It was it's the fucking villain. No, well, he's not the villain. He's the like rebel leader reveal at the end.
Oh yeah,
The guy opens his fucking shirt and it's like a weird deformed baby stuck to his belly button, and I'm just, no, sir, I hated
Honestly,
it so much.
Honestly though, it looked fucking cool as hell as well. Like it was really well done.
Oh, I was so against it, man. I hated every second that thing was on the screen.
It looked real though, didn't it? It looked real.
I was cheering when your man, the villain, like shot the baby. I was like, yes.
And the thing, like, it's meant to be a sympathetic character. Like
No.
they can like see the future and give you a destiny, and they're like on the side of the rebels and peace and all this kind of stuff. And you just like, just put out its misery.
Just kill the thing. It's clearly it's fucking deformed, man. It's that no, thank you.
Yeah. Do you think that thing was like the twin brother of the fella that's like carried it around?
I don't know, actually. It was hard to tell because there was some times where I thought like it was like an fucking like Agnew and your man Futurama situation where like the baby thing was the actual head and the head on top was just like there was nothing in there. It was just like a disguise or something, but I don't know, to be honest.
I don't think that's what's going on, because the guy before revealing was talking quite normally and he was acting quite normal. I think it's that they both share the energy of one body, and that when one is active, the other one has to basically like almost fall asleep standing up.
Yeah, maybe it was that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it could have been. I'll be honest, I don't remember, like, my entire memory of it is the ugly baby part. I don't remember much of even what the other half of the guy looked like, to be honest.
Yeah. My Jason one wasn't like a massive one. It wasn't like a, oh gee, that was a surprise, but more of a like, oh, it's him. So the cab driver, the Johnny Cab robot that was like driving Arnie around with the head swiveling on that. He plays the Doctor, not that one, on Star Trek, Voyager. And it's just maybe now because I'm getting more used. I don't know why, because I've always had the hardest time remembering actors' names and which other movies they were from, and Owen will be the one to like say that. Like, I'm not great at this kind of thing, like, but maybe it's because I've watched Voyager like 3 or 4 times now. The moment I heard, I was like, wait a second, I know that voice. And yeah, it was him. It was just a really weird sort of,
yeah, because it was his voice you recognized.
yeah, because he wasn't there visually, like.
It wasn't like he was in it and you went, oh, that's like he was in something else.
Yeah.
It was just his voice.
Yeah. I suppose it's because, like, if for people who don't know, the Doctor in Voyager usually starts saying, like, what is the... Oh, it's like, what's the condition of your medical emergency or something along the lines of that. And he has quite that chirpy sort of mechanical thing, because he's a hologram, like, in that regard. So he has that, oh, what do you need? Blah, 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 that kind of thing. So I suppose with the Johnny Cab robot... literally saying, hey, where do you have to go? I kind of, wait a second, I know that chirpiness.
So but
yeah,
is he physically in Star Trek?
He's
like
physically in Star Trek.
His
Yeah,
face?
yeah,
okay,
his whole body and everything. Like, yeah, he's just a hologram. That's it. And like Star Trek, just holograms where it looks like a normal person. So yeah, that was my Jason. Well, not a massive one, but like, you know, Interesting. And I suppose we can go to our last section for today.
Yes, Mr. Frodo. It's over now.
Well, I think I can make a guess about how you felt about this movie 2 weeks after having watched it. Didn't really stick with you, did it?
Not particularly. I thought this was, at the time when we were watching it, it was great crack.
Yeah.
It was fun to watch. But I wouldn't want to ever watch. Like, I don't think I'd ever sit down and watch it again or anything.
Would you watch
Maybe like if I was flicking around somewhere and it happened to be on, I might go, oh, Total Recall's on, and watch it for like half an hour or something. But I don't think I'd go like choose. I don't know. I just don't know. You know?
Would you watch a reboot?
Will I watch the Colin Farrell one?
Would you? Is there any sort of thing? Oh, let's see what they did in
Um,
2013, I think.
yeah, maybe. I don't know. So the couple of things, couple of reasons why I would. Not a lot of it to do with Total Recall itself. The guy who directed the reboot is the guy who made like the Underworld movies.
Which are great.
So I like those. Okay, so there's
Yeah.
1 point in his favor. Kate Beckinsale from Underworld plays the Sharon Stone character. She's awesome. I'd watch that. And then I think I was reading earlier. They said that apparently the remake is supposed to be more akin to Philip K. Dick's novel than the Arnie one.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing they changed the law. Because this
short
one is
story,
like,
originally,
yeah. So I
yeah.
don't know. Maybe I don't know. I don't know what they. Yeah, maybe I'll probably watch it. Yeah, sometime. I don't know.
Okay.
Would you?
I have.
Oh, you've seen the remake?
Yeah, I watched them in cinema when it came out.
Oh.
Yeah. Back in the Tralee days.
And
I remember one scene where they go through the center of the earth, I think.
I don't remember that one in this. Did that
No,
happen in
because
this?
No, it doesn't, because we go to Mars. That's pretty much it. Like, but yeah,
So do they go to Mars and then go back to Earth in the remake?
I don't remember. I actually think maybe they didn't go to Mars.
They don't go to Mars at all?
No, I don't think so. I just remember like that they had this weird through the earth elevator where, like, at one stage it turns and the gravity changes and then it goes the other direction. And that's the only memory I have of it.
Like Willy Wonka's glass elevator.
Is that what happens?
I don't know. I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
that goes into the sky. I'm honest, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's the only
Oh.
elevator reference I had.
Well, fair enough. Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm just looking at a little bit of the original novel or the short story. We can remember it for you whole say, and it does mention Mars in it.
In the story.
Yeah.
Okay. So the Mars thing wasn't just for the Arnie movie.
No, it seems like it was a thing.
Oh, okay. I like
Yeah.
Mars.
Like the planet?
Yeah, and the bar.
I'm not a big fan of the bar, to be honest. It's a bit overdone,
I
you
used to hate them. I've grown to like them a lot more recently.
know? Yeah. Fair enough. Okay.
Do you like Total Recall? Then you're a big fan, or just?
I liked it. I don't think I liked it as much as my brother, because he was adamant about it. But no, I absolutely do.
I don't think he likes it as much as he let on either.
I don't know. I think it has all of Arnie's hilarious sort of action scenes. I loved the hologram trickery he did where he was fighting all those guards and like trying to walk around alleys. I loved the disguise he wore trying to break into Mars, the large lady. I love the taxi driver character. I love the idea. No, I don't love the idea. I find the idea fascinating of basically a people that have to work for a corporation, the corporation treating them poorly, and they get, poor air, radiation, mutation happening, and some of those mutations actually might be beneficial. I like the idea of, these ancient aliens who've built this giant reactor underground, which can like terraform the entire planet. There's a lot of the whole concept of, is this real? Isn't this? Planting memories inside your brain, and how to experience that, and is it real? If you experience it, isn't it real anyway? Even if it's just a fabrication in your mind. Because at the end of the day, it's like Plato's cave, you know. We only see so much of the world, and it's a very vague, sort of blurry image upside down at the end of a wall. So what's the difference with like us experience the real life or life that has been synthesized if we react to it? And I thought those kind of points are really interesting. So I think there's actually a lot more to this movie than people like to make out. And I'm kind of realizing that myself as I'm giving the points. But yeah, that's kind of my take on it. I think there's a great movie in this. I think they added the action scenes and that kind of stuff to sell it better. But I think there's still a lot of cool things. I mean, even like at the beginning when they're running for the train station, and it has this quite cubist sort of reductionist building, like, you know, everything's flat concrete. There's no joy. It's a machine. They live in a very clean, sort of heartless, soulless architecture. Okay, that's what the world is. The only colors we had in this movie, which were natural, was Mars before being turned into a livable planet. So we see the harsh reds and the blues, and maybe that's why he wants to go there, because it's the last like natural thing that you could see. But yeah, that's kind of my take on it. So I think it is a good movie. It probably got spoiled a little by having to add too many action scenes, but really there is something here.
That lady had 3 boobs.
She did, yeah.
Yeah, it's not a bad movie. I didn't mind it. It was all right.
Well, yeah. Now that we have a schedule, what's on for next week?
No idea. Couldn't tell you.
Well,
I'm kidding. Of course, I have a schedule. It's right here in front of me. Next week, we are doing... we're doing a movie that me and Dan have seen and watched together probably 6 or 7 times. I think we both watch it at least once a year. We are doing the classic A Knight's Tale.
Love A Knight's Tale. I mean, I don't know. We'll see if we like it or not.
Maybe. We watch it once a year, but maybe it's a hate watch. You don't know.
This joyful experience of medieval mixed with modern culture and pop music. I hate it.
I only watch it to get to the Robbie Williams covering Queen part. That's all I care about. A Knight's Tale is up next.
Yeah, and we'll let you know about game streaming and all that. We are to sit down soon enough and make sure that's all working for us. And they'll be streaming that on Fridays, hopefully. And we will be releasing our first news program this Friday, hopefully. And we'll see how that goes. That was all for me. And Owen.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Asherlo. It's a big grand.